The man was instantly captivated by the beautiful woman washing cars right in front of him, but he already had an angelic wife. Yet the man plucked a feather from his wife's body and wrote his phone number on the beautiful woman's hand. Afterward, he couldn't bear to say goodbye to her. Ever since the man married his angelic wife, his luck had been exceptionally good, and he'd achieved great success in his career. The man had never cared about his wife's feelings. When she was sad, she began to lose her feathers. The man didn't realize this was the beginning of his tragedy. His wife longed for a child every day, so she spent her days knitting clothes. But the man not only blamed his wife, but also declared he would never have children with her, saying that being with her was a mistake. Furious, the man stormed over and snatched the knitting tools, then threw all the yarn and needles out the window. He returned to his room, turned the volume of his video games up to full blast, and continued playing. His gaming equipment was extremely expensive. The neglected wife watched as a large pile of feathers slowly fell to the floor, but the man still paid her no mind. He then had the robot vacuum clean up the feathers. The man's comeuppance finally arrived. His streak of good luck was fading. Although the man had forbidden her from knitting, his wife soon found another way and began drawing pictures of babies. The house was filled with drawings of children. The man lost a game while playing outside and saw that his wife hadn't noticed him. The man walked over to the oven and turned the oven temperature to the highest setting. Just as expected, the oven soon began to smoke. The man pretended he had just come home and started scolding his wife, saying she only cared about painting and that dinner was gone. She immediately stopped painting and ran to check the oven, but she quickly realized what the man had done. This made her very angry, so she threw the roast chicken into the trash can. Then she went back to continue painting. The man hadn't expected his wife to treat him this way, so he began to abuse her even more, snapping her paintbrush in half without hesitation. This time, the wife wasn't afraid. She kept painting. The man was now completely enraged, constantly plucking feathers from her body. The wife was no match for the man. Finally, he ripped out all her feathers. But the man's abuse wasn't over yet. He cruelly drove his wife out of the house. In the pouring rain, the woman burst into helpless tears. The man mocked her mercilessly. The very next moment, the man's house went dark. 2 years later, the man had become a complete beggar. Just then, a shimmering feather drifted toward him. The man picked up the feather and searched for its source. He discovered that the woman had regrown her feathers and even opened a shop. She had even found a man who loved her. Meanwhile, the beggar came to deeply regret what he had done.